All right, so the purpose of this video is to help you eliminate your frustration around course creation, right? And I have these, I have a series, right? I'll call it the frustration elimination series. So this is just part of that series, right? Let's begin. All right, welcome. This is a bonus module to some of my students, right? Some of my students are real estate investors and some of them are real estate entrepreneurs, and they want to kind of create a course or monetize their expertise or monetize their information. Some of my students, some of my clients, customers, they want to monetize that. So this is a bonus inside of the course that I'm giving my students, my clients, my customers, right? So this is a guide for real estate entrepreneurs to package their expertise to sell online. I just want to give a quick note before we begin. For you to get the best experience, I want you to print out this guide and use it as a worksheet, right? So inside of your course, right? If you're one of the students, you're one of my students, I will have this as a guide for you to print out and you can write and start to document. So you can write out your goals and write out some of the questions and write out some of the things that you're going to learn about. It is ideal to write these things out. Write the answers and write the goals associated with your guide. Please write it. You can process and watch this video, but again, to have the best success, you want to write this. So grab a pen and be prepared to dig in. All right, so real estate related course creation guide, right? This presentation slash guide will take you through the questions you need to ask and help you do the research needed to build and structure an online course, right? So one of the key things that I mentioned there is research, right? A lot of times we go out and we're like, oh, I know this thing or I have this expertise about this thing. And we try to go and create content or monetize our expertise immediately. One of the key factors, right, is research. So I'm going to focus on research. Research is highly important because we're going to be marketing our course. If you're just doing this for charity, that's fine. But if you're treating this as a business and you kind of want to make some money from the course, you're going to need to do some research. Now, structuring and pricing digital courses can be tricky since there's no standard across the real estate industry and different real estate entrepreneurs teach different things, right? Pricing is tricky because you enter into this new space. You enter into the new space and a lot of times I get people talking about their value. Oh, my value is worth this. I don't want to sell my expertise for worth that. Like that doesn't matter as much online, right? Because people have more of a choice online. So you have to be competitive online. So I just want you to consider that while we're going through this course. It's not, we'll get there. So number one, market research. This is the most important thing, right? A lot of us don't do our research. Market research, I want you to research your market. I want you to research your niche. I want you to research your customer, your client, your prospect. Do some research on these people, right? It's important. It's essential. Understand and identify who you're talking to. Communication with that potential customer becomes easier, which means you will see success a lot faster, right? So the way I talk to a millennial is not the same way I would talk to a baby boomer. The way I would talk to a woman is not the way I would talk to a man. These are important steps in marketing, right? Different messages resonate with different people. And a lot of times we go out and we try to deliver a message to the masses early on, and that's not ideal. When you're starting off, you want to understand, you want to try to be as niche as possible. Identify that customer, do your research, and you will know who your client and your customer is. So the who is important because specific audiences require specific strategies and different marketing messages. Again, you wouldn't talk to a baby boomer, you would talk to the same way you would talk to a millennial and vice versa. All of these things matter and have an effect on your marketing and delivering your message. Next, a lot of times people are like, look, can you help me? I can help you, but we can't do the work for you, right? So nobody is going to understand your customer, your prospect, or your business better than you. right? You're hands on, you're day to day. You know what you're doing, you know your skills, you know your strategies, you know your tactics. Nobody's going to know that better than you. This is why it's essential for you to be involved in the process, in the marketing process, in the creation process. It's essential for you to be involved because nobody knows your business, your customer, your prospect better than you. All right, so market research, the who. When you're marketing, right? It's essential that you have a who. You want a target avatar. Who is your ideal customer or prospect? Is it a woman? Is it a man? Do they have kids? Is it a family? Is it an entrepreneur? Is it a real estate agent, real estate investor? Who is your ideal customer or prospect, right? Understand more. Who does she aspire to be, right? Who does that ideal customer or prospect aspire to be? So I very intentionally put she here because I'm talking to an individual, right? She. Next, I said, who does he admire? Again, I'm talking to that individual. Who does this person admire? Who does this person follow? Who does this person identify with, right? So these things are important because when it's time to market, we can meet these people on these different wavelengths, we can call them, right? We can meet these people here. So if we go up here, who does she aspire to be? Well, she might aspire to be, let's say, I am a real estate investor and I teach women how to invest using credit, right? She might aspire to be somebody, she might be aspired by somebody like Beyonce. Well, guess what? Beyonce has websites and she does concerts and stuff like that. I can deliver a message over to that platform because I know who my customer aspires to be. Next, who does he admire, follow, identify with? Well, you know about this person, right? So, an example, me. Who do I admire? Someone I admire is Jim Rohn. Well, guess what? You have a message or course or something like that you want to deliver to me, you can go to his website. You can go to his YouTube channel. You can deliver that message to me. So, the more you know about your prospect, the better success you will have, right? It's about your customer. Where can you meet them? How much do you know about them, right? What are they doing online? So, what is that customer doing online? Write this stuff down. What are they doing online? Are they watching YouTube videos? Okay, they watch YouTube videos, so maybe I do YouTube advertising. Okay, they're not on YouTube that much, so maybe I do Facebook advertising. What are they doing online? What can you learn about them? That's where you deliver your message. That's why it's important for you to understand your customer, who they are, right? Because you start to learn their behaviors and you start to learn where you can deliver your message to. What is he researching, right? Again, I'm very intentional about speaking to the individual. So what is he researching? Me, for example, I'm always researching marketing. So people that are looking like I'm an avatar for some people and they know they can deliver marketing messages to me and I will click on or take them up on those offers, right? What videos is she watching? What conversations is he having? It's important to understand all of these things about these people. All of these things, all of these questions, right? The more information you gather about this person, the better, right? Here's another part of research, right? That's important. How much do your competitors charge? Regardless of your industry, you have competitors. So how much are they charging? Right? An example is, okay, if somebody's charging $9.97 for a course and they're providing $997 worth of value, well, you could come in and you can have similar value. Okay, I'm charging $9.97 for my value, and you check your competitor. It's like, okay, what's the differentiator here? So it's important to research your competition as well. How much are they charging? What are they doing? What does it look like? Research your competitors so you have an understanding. Okay, they're charging $9.97. Maybe I can come in and provide the same amount of value for $7.97, right? So you start to have a strategy and develop a plan around how you're going to deliver this course and this message. Research someone who is doing what you're doing or is similar, right? So I'm a big proponent of modeling what works. A lot of times we go out and try to figure out, we go with the blindfolds. Well, you don't have to do that. Just find somebody that's doing something that works and do that. How can you model what they're doing? A real quick hack. So this is a link for my students. When you click on this, you get access to the Facebook ads library. And if you're not a student, you can just search Google for the Facebook ads library. But go in there and research, right? Click that link and you can find out what people are doing, what their ads look like, how much money they're spending on advertising, what their funnels look like, what their websites look like, and you can model those things. It is important to research your market. Many times we dive right in without doing any prior research. Please research your market. Please research your market. Do not skip the market research phase. Don't skip it because it's essential to your success. 2, create your offer. So identify your key offer. I had a client come in and she's like, look, I need help building this course. And I'm like, okay, great. I'll help you build the course. What is it? And she sent me like a long PDF. And I was like, well, I don't really know what's here. What's the offer? It's not really a course. So it's essential to identify your offer. And if you're watching and you're still following along on this video, you likely have an offer. And it's time to identify what your main offer is, right? These are some example offers that I kind of have within my business. These are examples. So you could come up with look, I have a 30-day lead challenge for real estate entrepreneurs. It's a challenge. That's the offer. I have a webinar, right? We got a webinar that we can make an offer on, make to people. We got a course. That's an offer. Case studies. That's an offer. Even a mini series. These are all example offers, and you'll be coming up with tons of offers, right? A checklist could be an offer, right? A video can be an offer, an interview, a podcast. These are all things that can be offers. So identify your main offer. Next, what problem does your course solve, right? So we're getting in this business and it's not all about us. It's about our customer. What problem does your course solve? What frustrations do your customers have? These are essential questions that you're going to ask, and so you can understand what you need to put in your ad copy, how you need to market to these people. Next, talk about, look, if your customer, your prospect, your client, if they wanted to hire out what it is they're researching, what your course does, how much would it cost? Put a number on that, right? A lot of times, them hiring out will cost a lot more than them buying your course. So put that number there so they understand and they can see that. They can have that comparison. Next, identify the phantom losses. What is it costing your customer to not purchase your course, right? That person that never gets off the ground investing in their business, they're losing thousands of dollars per month, right? You can use that as a number to put it out there. How much time are they losing, right? You're losing time with your family because you're trying to figure out, as an example, I'm pretty decent with technology. And I have some clients that want to learn technology. And it's like, I'm learning it. Well, how much time is it taking you to learn that? You're actually losing because it's moving so fast. Put numbers to that. How bad is it frustrating you? Mental costs. Next, what does your customer gain by resolving their problem with your course? Is it money? Is it time? Happiness? Wealth? What is it? Talk about that. Now, 3, this is my favorite aspect of this entire thing, is the packaging, because you start to get really, really technical with the packaging. This is my favorite part because many times people come in, right? The packaging, they come in and they have all these offers and all this content. They have so much stuff all around. It's like, okay, I'm ready. Let's do a course. And it's like, okay, we need to package it up some way. And a lot of times I work with real estate entrepreneurs. So many times they got shiny object syndrome and they're running around trying to find out what to do. And it's so much all over the place. It's so chaotic. And I love it. I really appreciate it because I like to take that chaos and I like to package it up. Okay, so you went from all of this all over, and now we got this nice little neat package that we can share. Here, this is what this looks like. We got this nice little system, this nice little progression that we can start to offer people. This is my favorite part, the packaging. So let's talk about the packaging. This is where the tools, the processes, this is where the systems matter. And you saw I got a little bit passionate. I started talking about that. This is my favorite part. So packaging up your main offer. What is it? What is your offer? So remember about a couple of slides ago, we talked about what is it? Is it a challenge? Is it a course? Is it a series? Is it a video? What is it? Let people know what they're getting. What is your offer? Why do they need it? So talk about why they need it. You need this because it's going to help you make money, right? You need this because, as an example, this video, you need this. You need to watch this video because it's going to help you eliminate your frustration around creating a course. Where and how do I get it? So this part is this is important online, right? You tell people in marketing, period. You tell people exactly what they should do. So where and how can I get it? Well, this is how you get this course. You dial this number 267-888-1085 as an example, right? That's my business number. You call that number and you tell them you want help creating your course. That's how you get it, right? Or you visit www.remarketingchallenge.com, and that's how you get my challenge. You be very specific and you tell them where and how they can get your offer. All right, next. I talked about this a little bit prior, but this is highly important. Price does not equal value, right? And a lot of times I meet people and they're coming from like an offline space, or they just entering in the new space, and they're like, look, my value is this, my value is that. Doesn't matter online. This is a different space and it requires different strategies. Pricing does not equal value. They are not the same, and especially online, right? Pricing and value is not the same, nor does it have to do with your worth and your value. So a lot of times I get clients and customers and they're like, well, my value is this. I understand your value. That's perfectly fine. But your customer, your prospect, they don't care, right? You have to stop thinking about yourself. You have to think about your customer, your prospect. They don't care what your value is. They care about the value that they're going to get. So you can be worth $1 million, but they're not going to pay $1 million for an hour of your time. It's about what can they get? What can they get? The online world is different. So you're trying to charge me $3,000 and somebody's got one on YouTube for free. I might go to YouTube. Some people pay, some people won't. Or you're trying to charge me $3,000 and somebody's offering it for $500. I'm probably going to go with the $500. Can you justify why I can get that $3,000? The price, the online world is competitive, right? People are only a few clicks away from different offers and different strategies. So pricing does not equal value. Try to put your emotions aside and understand that you creating this course or this offer that you're doing, it doesn't mean you're worth less or anything like that. Pricing and value are not the same. You want to have success selling this thing, and you have to price it a certain way. Your value and pricing won't matter if you don't set up your offers, your marketing, and your systems correctly. So a lot of times I meet great people with great talent, and they just don't have these things in place so they can sell their expertise, so they can make money with their course. These things are important. Your offers, your marketing, and your systems. You set these things up correctly, right? And then you can start to make your offer and give that offer to people. And I always say, like, a lot of times I work with real estate entrepreneurs and they're running. They're running. They're so fast, zooming, zipping. I got this, I got that. So busy, right? Busy. I like to say it's okay to slow down, to speed up. You got to slow down, right? Package up your offer correctly, get some correct training, get the systems in place, and then that's going to help us speed up. Now, we're still talking about pricing because pricing is important. This is where I get the most resistant. My value is not that. We're not talking about your value. We have to set up our systems and processes in a way that works online, right? Keep in mind, you're doing this for your customers. So you are here to serve, solve problems, and then get paid for the value that you bring, right? Which it doesn't really have to do with your worth or your value. You're getting paid for the value that you're bringing. These are some value and pricing comparisons. So a lot of times people ask, like, what can I charge this for that? You can, right? So a lot of people always ask, can I do this? Can I do that? You can do whatever you want. However, it would be good to take a screenshot of this picture. These are some fair pricing models, right? This is what people generally will pay for this type of content. It varies, it fluctuates depending on industry, depending on offers, but this is a fair way to look at how you should price things. Video lessons are typically, people pay a lot for video lessons, whereas PDF downloads, they won't pay that much for a PDF download. They won't pay as much for audio lessons. Live content, they'll pay a great deal for, right? Group coaching is not as valued as one-on-one coaching. Private communities is intermediate. Over the shoulder, where you do something for them, right? And you can see here really quickly a common theme. People like to pay for that hands-on and live experience, right? They like that hands-on and live experience. All right, packaging your offer. So this is my favorite part. And again, typically, because social media has made it so easy to create content, many people have their content out there and available already. We have the content available. What we want to do is we want to drive towards video content, right? Because here we're trying to create a course, and just video content. Oh man, the way it's so you can multi-purpose video content much better than any form of content out there. Video content is highly productive. So a lot of times I say, look, just do some videos, because the things that we can do with that video content, man. Next, so you get your content, you create that content, especially video content. Next, what you do is you determine the value. Determine the value of that content. What's the value? And it doesn't have to do with your worth. Maybe the value, so you could put 1,000 on the value. That doesn't mean you can sell it for 1,000. You may or may not, but determine the value. So this video is worth $1,000. Can I sell it for $1,000? Maybe not. It depends. Now, this is where it's important. So you have determined that value, but now it's time to determine a realistic price. Realistic. Online is different. It's different. So you can have an offer or coaching, and you can say, I'm worth $10,000 per hour. You can say what you want, right? But online is just a little bit different. So you got to package this thing up and structure it in a way. You can't just go out there and say, I'm selling it for $10,000 and expect people to jump at the offer. Pricing is not about you nor your value. So just understand that. Understand that you got to set yourself stuff up in a way that matters. Next, you come up with, this is the most important thing, and that's why I kept talking about that pricing. You set up a marketing plan and strategy, right? I like to have my customers set up a marketing plan and a strategy where they're automatically in the green, right? So let's take, for example, you have a $1,000 course. You're trying to sell that $1,000 course. Well, one of the things we can do is, instead of selling the $1,000 course, we can sell 4 courses for $250, right? We can sell 4 parts, part 1, part 2, part 3, part 4. We can sell that for $450, for $250. And it all depends on what your offer is, what your strategy is, but you need to have some kind of strategy. You want some kind of guidance. How should I package this up in the online space? Platform, tech, tools. That's my favorite part, because that varies, and different people are going to have different techs, different tools. Next, launch and distribute. We help you with all of this. So you launch and distribute after you select your platform, your tech, and your tools. Now it's time to launch and distribute. And then you monitor. What are you doing? What's the progress? Okay, do you need to change something? How's your ad copy working? Are you losing money? Are you making money? You monitor it. And then after a while, monitoring, testing, you should be able to profit, right? And again, depending on how you set this up in the beginning, you want to get it set up so you're not bleeding. And then once you do that, we can scale it. And then we can profit. But we got to go through all these steps to set it up correctly first. Now, next, this is like summarizing. Some people call it value stacking, offer stacking. It's called many things, but here's where you kind of create an offer like they can't refuse. If you're already creating content, you can overwhelm them in a positive way, right? and help them realize, give them more value than what they pay for. Give them more value than what they pay for, especially online, because it's digital assets. Digital assets, it doesn't require us to do much more when creating digital assets. It's where you, so values, this is where you recap your offer. So it's like, okay, I just went through, I'm looking at your video or I'm reading your webpage. What is it that I'm getting? What is it that I'm getting? Sometimes people will come through and they only want one specific thing out of your course or training. But how would they get that one specific thing, or how would they make the decision if you don't make that offer or put it, or let them see what's available? Like sometimes people join and they sign up for my course just for the templates. The templates is the determining factor on them buying my course. It's part of my offer stack, my value stacking. So right now I'm about to go through, like I have another business where we mastermind and we give real estate education. I'm going to go through the offer / value stack on the membership with that group. So I'm going to blast through it real quick. We call it the digital RIA, and this is what it looks like. We let people know what they're going to get. So they get all of this and more, right? All of this and more. This is what they get. So this is the value stack. It's like, okay, look at everything that I'm getting. Look at all of that stuff that I'm getting. And this is legitimately what they get. And this is where you summarize and you let them know again what the price is. And that's what I'm doing there. That's the price. That was an example offer stack. And I wasn't prepared to talk about this, but a money back guarantee will change your business. Right? Again, it's not about you, it's about your customer. So how can I ensure them that they're going to get the value that they're paying for? Well, here's what we do. You give them a guarantee. In this example is a 14-day money back guarantee. Other examples, I have 30-day guarantees. Some I have just satisfaction guarantee. If for some reason at any time you're uncomfortable, just ask for a refund. Offer a guarantee. So I appreciate you watching, and I just want you to know, like, we help you do this. And we have a service right now where we can help you create all of this so you don't got to do it yourself. And one thing is, I'm about fast. I'm about results. If you're interested in that, all you have to do is visit this link here, go.digitalrealestatestrategy.com, and we will help you build it. We will help you build it. We pride ourselves on results and speed, right? You'll hear me say this a lot: results over reasons. You'll also hear me say progress over perfection, and version 1 is better than version none. These things all matter, and this is how we operate here at Digital Real Estate Strategy. We're all about results. How can we get you to the bottom line as soon as possible? Next, if you don't want to do it yourself, if you don't want help, you can do it yourself. We have an entire all-in-one platform, funnels, websites, course editors, everything you need to kind of create a course and monetize your expertise. We have it available for you. Just visit this link and sign up. You get instant access. You get instant access, and you have everything you need. Everything you need. So I appreciate you watching. If you want to get in contact with me, you can reach me here. So again, thank you for watching. My name is Jerome Lewis, and I am the CMO for Digital Real Estate Strategy. I'm the marketing director. I appreciate you watching, and I'll see you on the inside. Bye-bye.